Tonight might be one of those nights where your mind just doesn't slow down because it's replaying your day, your week, and the problems that you solved, or even the unresolved problems, conversations, gossip. Your mind recaps on previous situations, good or bad. And for me, I tend to leave everything out there in the world out there. I don't bring that home, or at least I try my best not to. I would like my place, my space, to be a sanctuary for me to relax and just let me be me, and not letting the world, the noise of the world and its problems, come inside with me. Going to sleep can also be a problem for some people because you went all day long with constant stimulation, constant problem solving, thinking, analyzing, different things that keep your mind and body active. But it immediately goes down when you get home, when you lay down, to where all that stimulation, the quick, busy world, goes from busy to not busy immediately. And sometimes it's so fast that your body still doesn't want to relax, that your mind is still going and thinking, still solving. This is why it's important to give yourself some space, meaning you can't add time to where when you lay down, you can finally relax. But there's some amazing things you can do before laying down that can relax your spirit, your mind, to have a good sleep. And I'll be going over those in this video. But when you lay down, you are in a dark room. No stimulation of your eyes. It's just black. No fidgeting with your hands, nothing to do because you're laying down. Nothing to hear but silence because you're going to sleep. Everything from your day is down to zero. And now you have to think of nothing. Now you just have to just relax. And for some people, that's pretty hard. Think about it like when you're about to go take a test for school or something important is the next day, whether it's scary or exciting. The night before is a little bit different than the other nights because it's hard to sleep. You're either so excited for tomorrow or a little too anxious in a bad way. So your mind's thinking of problems or things that can go wrong tomorrow, and so you just can't relax. In moments like that, or moments of just being depressed or anxious, or this is just a common occurrence for you every night, no matter what I found for me to be something very helpful is not only prayer, but feeding my mind with positive things. Whether that's positive Christian videos, and I'm not talking about just preaching videos, or positive, joyful videos. You can either watch something on YouTube of something that's joyful and innocent. I found it to be very relaxing. It takes your mind off your day and things that occurred, and thinking about what you're seeing and hearing. And this even goes to podcasts, audible things that you listen to, laying down and listening to relaxing noises to lower your heart rate, or listening to something that can uplift you and make you feel good. Because maybe throughout the day it's very negative and you don't have anybody telling you that you're enough and that you're loved. And so do your best to find those outlets to help your mental and spiritual health, because those resources are out there. The mind is a beautiful place, but it can also play tricks on you, because this is a place where evil can play its games. This is why God tells us to live in the spirit and not the flesh. Because your mind can lie to you, your emotions can lie to you, trick you into thinking the wrong things. But living spiritually is to have the mind of Christ, to be in the perspective of Him, of light and love, and of peace, to have a peace of mind, to where nothing can steal your joy or your peace, that when you go to lay your head down, you're going to go to sleep, no matter what negative things occurred in the day. Now, for some, easier said than done, but it's best to keep the reoccurring positivity throughout the day, throughout the week. Continue to do those things. Continue to feed your mind and soul with good things, because you will always have trouble sleeping if you're always dreading the next day. It's important to be in the moment, to be present in where you are, and to do our part on not letting our negative thoughts or emotions control on our morning the next night, or how we respond to things. And a lot of us also carry too much weight that we shouldn't be carrying, and that doesn't mean responsibility. We all are supposed to have responsibility, but weight is referring to the negative things, the negative side of those things. A mental crowd of noise that over time it's constantly stacking to where even you know that there's a breaking point where you'll just go crazy. You'll just have a mental breakdown because of years or months of stacking these pile of trash that we feed into. That's exhaustion. You are not meant to carry everything. You're going to go insane if you do that. But casting your burdens unto Him, open arms, that's when you will feel freedom for the first time. You don't need to think of past situations from work. They happened. It's important to move on and not feed things that don't need your attention, and feeding into them are just going to harm you. What's important about our minds is, in our life, is we put perspective on everything. Everything we have, every item has a meaning behind it, and every person has a different meaning behind that thing. It's like receiving your favorite Christmas gift, and you've been wanting it for a long time, and you finally got it. And now that item has a joy of nostalgia, of happiness, while someone else has a different feeling based on their experiences with that, or just neutral. They never had an experience with it. So we have meanings on everything. Our cars, our house, everything. And meaning is important because it creates a path for our life. Our perspective is based on our experiences of things and our emotions held on them. And that's not a bad thing in some cases. Another example of that would be one person can have an emotion about going to this place of fear. They had a bad experience years ago of going to this place, and anything like it, and going to that store, they will never go to it based on an experience they had. So, not saying all of those places are bad, but from one instance can change a person's perspective of something, because now there's a meaning, a purpose on that place, that thing, while somebody else thinks that place is a happy place or whatever it is. And so everybody has their meanings on things, but constantly feeding every day its own thought and its own meaning on something. This person's face expression, their tone, their just everything about it I didn't like. And so then replaying those things creates a strong meaning behind it, and the more you play it, the worse it actually gets. the darker the situation got in here than it actually played out. So that is why I don't want you to replay and have reoccurring memories on negative things. But do that on the positive things. Feed your mind the good things over and over and over again. It makes them feel stronger, instead of doing that with the negative things to where your whole life is negative because that's all we do. But do that with the positive things. Look at positive videos, podcasts, friends, being around positive, loving things, people. This will shape you to be the best version of you. Spending time with Jesus, praying, reading, worshiping. These daily actions are not just things to do because it's part of the Christianity, but doing all of that with an open heart and loving heart, it allows you to just breathe and relax, because now you've given those things to Him. And breathe. When before we would have God in the back of our mind, but then hold on to everything. We want to take control, but we shouldn't. We need to trust Him that He is good and that we can give 100% of our issues and problems to Him and not think that we know what's best. Because as we know, and as I know, every time I tried to do something on my own accord, I would mess up. Learning to let your mind be still. You don't need to feed it with something every moment. We are constantly consuming new information and new things in our life every day. So it's important to remove things every day as well. Because constantly only taking in, and that's all we ever do, you're going to feel overwhelmed and exhausted with everything that you have. So it's important to remove the things that don't matter, that don't benefit you and help you in life. Eat the meat and spit out the bones is the way I talk about it. Get rid of the stuff that you don't need. This allows your mind to relax and pay attention to the good things in life and the more important things. Slowing the mind down will slow your body down and help you physically healthy wise, and your mental health and your spiritual health. Things tend to line up when we just take a moment to breathe and relax. Peace is not about having the answers to everything, but trusting Him in the moments of uncertainty. That's called faith too. I hope this video was helpful for you, whether you're going to sleep or you just needed to hear a video to let you know that you can rest. Some people need somebody to tell them that, and that's fine. They're telling themselves all the time they shouldn't, and constantly need to be aware and all this stuff. But if you need me to tell you that you can relax and you can breathe, you could take a moment right now to just be present, to slow down, then I will be that person for you. I'm currently in the process of writing a book similar to the things I talked about in this video, but a little bit more in detail and more in the psychology part of it and the biblical part of it intertwined. If that's something you're interested, you'll be able to find the link in the description. It should be out in the next few videos. And something I will recommend reading is, and these books that I write, they're always going to be free. I will never charge you for any of them. One of the books that is out already is called A Minimalist Mind, which is referring to me, and it's my process and journey through minimalism. And I discuss it physically, spiritually, and mentally in many aspects of life and how it can help you relax and breathe, like I said in this video, and practical advice, some things that I do that have helped me. So if that interests you, that is in the description of this video. And yeah, if this video was helpful, be sure to give it a like and subscribe for more Breath of God episodes just like this one. And I'll see you in the next one. Messenger out.